Welcome to the very first official episode of One on One with John B. You know how the fuck we come in here to talk about all the things that everybody want to talk about, maybe think about. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys don't think about it, but most people that got a brain think about. And just don't know who to talk about it with or don't want to talk about it with anybody. Personally, the reason I'm even creating this YouTube page is because I have a lot of things going on in my head. I made my money, I take care of my family, pay my bills, do all my shit. Once you're done doing all that, you start to take a look around and you're wondering, what the fuck am I doing? Who am I even paying these bills to? Landlord, of course, and it goes all the way up till you hit the top of the pyramid. But, how did this even start? Where did humans come from? There's, so many things I want to talk about. So much that goes on in my mind. I have been, doing a lot of research based on these topics. It's hard to say what's credible, what's not credible, especially with all these conspiracy theories going around. Some people just make it hard to even trust other people because they're just talking so much bullshit out their ass. The people that are credible, it's hard to even take proper advice from them. So the way I want to go with this is I want to start inviting people on here. I'll tell my sides of the story. Of course, I have a lot of solo things, but then at the same time I want to get other people's points of view. I want to pick other people's brains, even shit. Because, if you know me before this, you can look me up, whatever, if you don't know me before this. But I do work with a lot of artists. I've done a lot of things in the city, artist related. And even something as simple as this, what the fuck do you think about aliens? Do you believe in aliens? It's just a topic of conversation, something to talk about. So I want to get into that and see where we can take it from there. I did drop a previous episode to this, but it just wasn't going the way I wanted to go in the sense of, I was talking about everything I wanted to talk about, but the way things I was doing in that video, I don't want to do that in my videos. So I had to, re-aim, shoot the gun a different direction a little bit. But welcome to the page. I'm gonna try to drop weekly videos so we can stay updated on this. Try to schedule specific people to talk to, and whoever you guys want me to talk to, who you think would, has whoever you think got a lot going on in their mind that has a lot to say, let's talk about it. Because me personally, I don't have nobody to talk about it with. The reason I'm even starting this is because I want to talk about it, but then when you start talking to people about it, start bringing it up to people, they're like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, oh, even a shorty I was talking to is talking about, what makes you even think about that? What are you going to get after you find out all this information? I'm like, the fact that you're even asking me a dumbass question like that, it's like, you'd rather not know the information than find out the information and not have anything to do with it. I'd rather know what's going on and not be able to do nothing about it than not know what's going on and still not be able to do nothing about it, And I feel like the more I know about the world and how life goes and what's going on in the universe outside my city, outside my hometown, outside my culture, outside my, my people, the easier it is to navigate through life. So we're going to take a journey. You guys are going to take this journey with me. We're going to see how far we can take it. And yeah, this first episode, I don't even want to information dump. I don't want to overload anybody, but we're going to start it off with something simple. This is the question I asked myself that got me into this situation is, what is going on? I know it sounds simple and stupid as fuck, but what the fuck is going on? How did this even all start going on to the point where we reached this point where I'm over here rolling a blunt talking to a camera about aliens? How did we start off? Some people think it's the Big Bang, evolved from fish into apes into humans. Some people think it's aliens. Some people think, I think it's a mix of everything put together. It's like, the one thing about religion is, religion tells you everybody's point of view, but it's talking about the same thing, but they just follow it a different way. Some people are like, everybody believes in God, but then what separates a Muslim from a Christian is, oh, you guys think about God this way, we think about God this way. We do this to please God, you guys do that to please God. We do this to get into heaven or hell, you guys do this to get into heaven or hell. So at the end of the day, I feel like everybody's stories kind of coexist, and if you kind of get two sides of the stories, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. So I like to get all sides of the story. I'm the type of person that if you tell me something, I'll listen to your whole point of view, and by the time you're done talking, I'll be like, either I'm gonna agree to what you're saying, disagree with what you're saying, add what you're saying to my knowledge base, or we're just gonna disregard it. And regardless if I disregard it or add it to the knowledge base, I just wanted to know in general what the fuck are you thinking about? And maybe you could teach me something, because I've had people that don't know nothing, but they said one thing that was smart enough for me to add that to just my, knowledge base. And I'm like, cool, you are stupid. But I'm going to take that one thing you said, because I was actually kind of smart, and, I'm going to give you a credit here. But, I don't even like to tell people they're wrong, because nobody knows the truth. There's no one in this world that can say this is the definite answer, this is the truth, this is exactly how everything happened. Nobody knows. Everybody's guessing. Everybody's guessing off of their own life experiences and what their perspective on life, and other people are guessing off their own life experiences and their perspective on life and what they learned. The one thing I say separates me from Elon Musk is, just look at me. I look better than him. I'll probably slap the fuck out of him. Not even trying to say it like that, but he's a million times smarter than me. People say, oh, he's richer than you. Well, he's richer than me because he's smarter than me. If I knew everything Elon Musk knew, we would, I'd be up there too. So basically, that's the main thing that got me intrigued into the topic. There's a lot of things that happen over the course of my life that add to why I think the way I think and why I think all this. And sometimes you even hear other people's stories and it kind of makes sense. The hard part about listening to other people talk is you don't know if they're telling the truth or not. You guys don't know if I'm telling the truth or not, or just making this shit up off the top of my head. Shit, I could be, but I'm not. Hopefully I could be the one honest person, and I'm gonna do my research. Even the people that I'm about to interview moving forward, I'm trying to get like big people, like maybe they're not the most popular, but they're well educated, they know a lot about the world, and they had a lot of life experience. And that's the one thing I say puts me ahead of a lot of people, is I've experienced a lot of life. I'm only 26 years old, and I feel fucking 40. I done lived 10 lives in this one life, and the more I don't realize it until I'm around people that haven't experienced life like that, because you could see a clear separation on. It's more than just, you could tell people that went to school and are smart from book smart, and then people that just know about life because, brother, I experienced a life. I didn't read everything off a book. A lot of this shit I seen with my own eyes and experienced my own life. This alien story I'm telling you guys about, it's not like I read that in a book or seen somebody else talk about it. That's something that happened in my life. That's why I could explain the story and tell you exactly detail for detail where my arm was, or what my girlfriend said, what she did, because it's just what happened, you feel me? So the one thing I do want to get into before I end it, I don't want this to be hella long. I want this to be an introduction. I'm gonna start dropping videos weekly, talk about different topics. Tell me what you want to talk about. Tell me what you want me to talk about. Tell me what you want me to research. All little things like that, because I have a million things I could talk about. I want to even get into it now, but I just want this to be an introduction. The one thing I will leave us off on, and you guys can comment your experiences, things like that. Tell me what you think just through comments. If I can't interview everybody, but I can interact with people and see, read what you guys say. Tell me your life experiences, all this like shit. So I think I do know for sure, and one thing I know for sure, and one thing's for certain, life isn't as simple as they made it. There's no way life started years ago, 6,000 years ago. Jesus, Adam and Eve, Adam and Eve populated the whole earth, 8 billion people, all this extra shit. That doesn't even make fucking sense, because if you were to have sex in your own family, even one generation would be, have mental issues and birth defects and Imagine generations and generations, 8 billion people using the same, sex genes. No. Same family tree, no. So moral of the story, this is an everything podcast. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to discover everything. Everybody I talk to, we're going to ask questions that they've never been asked before, that, you might even feel some type of way giving your answer, because it's a taboo topic. Nobody wants to talk about it. If you do bring it up, it's like, oh, you conspiracy theorists, that. The one thing I learned about conspiracy theorists is they were right before everybody else found out. It's like, you're always a conspiracy theorist until you were right, and then it's like, oh, well, you got this one thing right. There is a lot of bullshit out there, I ain't gonna lie. Like the flat earthers, all that dumb shit, But I think the main point of this is I believe in aliens. And I do want to know if everybody else believes in aliens, or what you guys even think about aliens. Because to me personally, I had an encounter, and a lot of people don't believe me, but there's one person that was there to witness the whole situation. It was my ex-girlfriend at the time. And I told this story on the very first episode I dropped, but I deleted it, so I'm going to retell the story just briefly. But one day I'm riding down the street with my girlfriend at the time, and it's broad daylight outside. We're driving down this hill, up this hill, down a hill, up a hill. as we're going up the hill, I'm looking in the sky, and there's just a bright ass light just in the sky. It looked like a star, but it's broad daylight, so I'm like, there's no way this is a star. It gotta be, I don't even know what it is. I'm just thinking, I'm just looking like, what the fuck is that? I'm giving it a second, at least like 10 seconds, 20 seconds go by. I'm still looking at it. I go to tap my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, do you see that? Right as I go to say, hey, you see that? It shoots across the sky. And even my girlfriend jumps up out her seat while we're driving, like, oh my gosh, did you see that? What the fuck? Da 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 da. Because it's sitting there in the sky. And it just shoots across the sky fast as fuck right when I'm about to say something to her. To the point I'm even thinking, like, was it a situation where we were being observed, and right when I'm about to say something to her about it, they, like, how would they know I was about to say something to her about it? Like, it was the most craziest shit ever. To the point we go to her parents' house, we start asking her parents, like, have you guys had any alien encounters? Da 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 da. This is what just happened to us. This, that, and the third. And the parents start telling us, like, yeah, they start telling us their little stories from back in their day when they were at a lake and there was lights on the water and all this extra crazy shit. Da 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 da. But ever since then, like, me and my girl, we was just deep researching everything about aliens. We'll sit here, watch all the alien movies, shit like that, because it'd be different if I was there by myself and I'm the only one who's seen what happened. But the fact that she was there, she's seen the whole thing, she'll vouch for the whole story, everything. What could it have been? There's nothing I could even think of that could sit in the sky and out of nowhere, a bright light sitting in the sky, out of nowhere, right when someone's about to say something, shoot across the sky. So that's what got me intrigued into this thing. And then, there's a lot that was been going on my whole life, but basically that's the main thing that got me intrigued into the topic. A personal life experience. It's not like I'm hearing somebody else and I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. Something actually happened to me where I'm explaining to you guys the exact story, that it was out of the ordinary. I've been alive for 26 years. I know what's normal and I know what's not normal. I know what's real and what's not real, and what could happen, what can't happen. And something like that is beyond normal. I can't even think of a ship or technology that could do something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one short. It's probably gonna be like 8 minutes, somewhere around there. I don't want to make it too long because there's a million things I could talk about. There's a million things I want to talk about. Whole million stories I want to tell. But if I just tell all my stories right now, it'd be a 2-day podcast, the first 2-day video ever. But I'll keep it short. But for this next video, I want to read some feedback. Tell me what you guys experienced. Tell me, have you guys ever been in an alien experience? Have you guys had any experience? It doesn't even have to be alien. Something that happened to you that's out of the ordinary, that needs to be talked about, that you want to tell somebody about, but you have no one to tell it to. Even me, the reason I'm making this is because I have all this shit going on in my mind and I have no one to talk to about it. Because to even find someone that thinks like this is crazy. That's why I'm doing it on YouTube. Reach a bigger audience of people, and hopefully a few people we can connect, collaborate, share our experiences, share our stories, and just dive deeper into who the fuck doesn't want to know where the fuck humans came from. Who the fuck doesn't want to know, are aliens real? Everybody wants to fucking know. Just nobody wants to talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna do my research, and I'm gonna try to do more than just give opinions. That's why I want to get more than just like popular people. I want to get people that are actually well educated, so they can give an educated perspective rather than just an opinion like, oh, I think this, I think that. So episode 1 done. Catch you at the next one. Follow me on Instagram, JeanB111, JeanBee111. If you don't already follow me, more to come. I'm gonna start dropping weekly videos. I took a while to catch back up. A lot happened in the past few months, but from here it's overdrive, foot on the gas. We ain't stopping. So see you at the next one. Boom.